dinosaurs for all the stuff you care about.
Right.
Unless you care about video games.
Because then you'd watch X-Play.
That's true. It's a show we do together.
They are never letting us host the show again, so we might as well enjoy ourselves while we're here.
Yeah, that's true. X-Play.
X-Play. Okay, he's Blair Herder. I'm Morgan Webb. We're coming to you live from the Newport Studios in Los Angeles on, of course, Attack of the Show.
That's right.
We also love.
Don't be scared, guys. Olivia, she's in New York right now. She has not left.
Yes, Kevin. He's either in Hawaii or he's on Lost. I'm not really sure which one he's on, but
Wait, that looks lost-ish.
it does look lost-ish.
Oh. Okay.
It's like a little love letter to us.
Except the love letter, and we're guys, we know if Kevin wrote that in the sand, we know how he wrote that in the sand.
How? I don't get it. I don't understand.
Like when we stand, we do this.
On the show today, Batman goes to France. The French don't like it. See Western Europe say non to le Batman in around today.
You're so cultured.
I know.
You're so cultured.
It is the world premiere of the first original AOTF animated series.
Yes.
Slasher School. This is a big day. Find out where supernatural killers get their higher education, and of course, just in time for Halloween.
Yeah, spoiler alert, it's not DeVry. Plus, it's a good thing Morgan and I are here for Game Break, because we do that video game show. What's it called?
X-Play.
X-Play, yeah, we do X-Play. We're going to talk Ratchet and Clank, A Crack in Time for the PS3. And if that wasn't enough, you greedy bastards, Robert Englund, Freddy Krueger himself, will be here live in studio to talk about his new Fear Net series, Fear Clinic. Fun fact.
Yeah, fun fact.
I actually went to a Fear Clinic once, and it was run by my ex-girlfriend, and that's why we don't talk about it.
Oh, we'll get the story later. All right, time now to run down the top 5 things on the web.
Web, because your name's Web, and I'm running around you. Get it? Dear Morgan, I am sorry. Do you forgive me? Check yes or no.
Yes.
Thank you, Morgan Webb. I appreciate it. All right, now, obviously all of the other takes have been used up. So number 5 today, a new take on the skateboarding dog.
Yay, I love the skateboarding dog. Unfortunately, this dog does not realize that man is not his best friend.
Negative. Is it okay to laugh if we don't know if that dog's all right?
I think he went behind the recycle bin, not into the recycle bin.
When it goes like this, that means he hit the recycle bin. He did not go behind the recycle bin.
Yeah. Dog on a skateboard continues in Dog on a neckboard.
Yeah, and then the video trilogy is actually going to conclude with Dog poos on his master's pillow because he let him smack into a trash can off a freaking skateboard.
Okay, but he didn't seem that perturbed by the whole thing.
He's a dog.
Yeah, that's why dogs are great. All right, today's number 4 is a celebration of Halloween, and the most original costumes are already turning up online.
Yeah, so far this year's costumes to beat are the, I'm sorry already, the guy phones.
Yeah.
I never want to get laid again. Hey, Brad, there's an ad for that. It's all over you because you're a douche.
In case you were wondering, the pair dropped about $2,000 on the costumes because I know. Because I guess they had to get plasma screens or something like that. It is $400 less than their contracts with AT&T, though.
That's true, and I'm sure that ridiculous costume probably gets better service in the greater world area, not even Greater Los Angeles.
We can talk bleep because we have them.
You bleeped yourself.
I know, isn't that nice? The lawyers
Adorable.
appreciated it.
Mm-hmm. You're welcome, Standards. Today's number 3 item is a cautionary tale of extreme. Are there any other tales than cautionary of extreme urban sporting?
It has to be extreme. In their ongoing quest to one-up each other, skaters, they're always looking for new and exciting ways to put their bodies into dangerous situations.
So take note, skaters out there that are watching today, all 7 of you. Please remember this lesson. If something looks like it wasn't designed to support your body weight,
yeah, probably can't. Yeah.
Please. No, I don't. Okay. It's like, Morgan, get the camera. No, Morgan, I think this is a great idea. No, it's good. It's good. Just if I just do this, I think it's fine because it's just glass, right?
It's fine, totally.
What?
The fact that you could see it deforming under his weight, and he wasn't like, bad idea. No.
No, I mean, I'm not one who walks on skylights ever, really, but are those skylights on the ground, like, do they confuse people? Like, how would you know that would break?
Because theoretically, it being on the ground, it should be load-bearing, but I would say that an architect would probably be able to look at that and know that it would break.
So you have to be an architect. So, I mean, that guy was an architect, probably.
Yeah, or, anyone familiar with the concept of weight, people weighing things.
So anybody not stupid.
Yeah. All right.
Makes sense.
Sorry, buddy. All right, today's number 2 item comes to us from Remy Gaillard. I know he is French. He's been on the show several times before.
Yeah, now we've already seen him staging a real-life Mario Kart race around Paris and creating a real-life Rocky montage.
This time he decides to take a literal Batman onto the streets. Bob?
Hey, Steve, is that a guy in a bat hanging there from the bus stop? That's weird.
Is that legal?
I don't think so. I mean,
all right, we should go check that out. I don't know how that guy doesn't get arrested every week.
Well, to be fair, it's France, so anything farcical or whimsical, they actually induct you into the Legion of Honor, or as they call it in France, Le Legion of Honor.
All right, I'm going to stop doing the French accent if you do.
Mais oui.
Oh, love. Still ahead. You're going to meet a gentleman rapper.
Yes, enjoy courteous hip-hop and a handlebar mustache in our number 1 ATM.
Don't miss it. Number 1 item.
All right, let's talk about that for a second. Today's number 1 item finally answers the oldest question in the old Holy Biblia. That's Holy Bible for you Christians out there. What would happen if a dapper, cricket-playing English gentleman from the Edwardian era decided to try and play a musical history of the best rap and hip-hop songs of the modern era?
Well, if you ever wanted to hear what landmark songs like Rapper's Delight or You Gotta Fight for Your Right to Party sounded like with a homemade electric banjo/ukulele.
And how?
Your wish, Blair, is about to be granted, courtesy of one Mr. B, the gentleman rhymer.
Hip hop, hip hip, hip it in a hip hip hop and you don't stop. Rocking to the bang bang boogie, say up jump the boogie to the rhythm of the boogity beat. You make a play for school and you don't want to go. You ask Mama please, but she still says no. You miss 2 classes and no homework. But your teacher preaches class like you're a ballet nincompoop. You what a find, what a ride,
I think it's official. I think we can officially state that the internet has found someone whiter than me. And that was him. Right there.
I would say that the average homeboy is whiter than you. The average homeboy, just an average home. I won't sing it. Okay. I don't actually really know what to say.
That's odd. Now, to be fair, though, Morgan, everybody's got their special talents, I suppose. Now, some people make it their mission, for instance, to revive dead styles of music.
Yeah, that was a beautiful example of that.
Yeah.
Others, for another example, are experts on dragons. What a gilded age we live in.
Sean Connery was a dragon.
I am the last dragon.
That was in a movie where Dennis Quaid was trying to be a dragon rider or dragon slayer. I can't remember. Anyway, Sean Connery could swim and fly, which makes sense, I guess.
That's the Chicago way.
I feel like a better dragon voice would be Arnold Schwarzenegger or Blade, because they probably killed more people than Sean Connery. Except for in that movie, The Rock.
Winners go home and the prom queen.
Oh, okay. I guess his voice was good.
I would agree with that bearded.
I think Blade would be good as a dragon.
I think so too.
Yeah. When you're looking for the latest news on dragons and, of course, dragonkin alike, remember, Jeremy is your guy.
Your guy. And to get your daily viral fix and to check out all the viral videos we have to offer, go to the all-new G4TV.com/AroundTheNet.
Yes, that's true.
Morgan Webb, we
Yes.
spend a lot of time together.
Yes, Webb,
every
we're
morning,
gonna-
for instance, we do that show called X-Play. It's a video game show.
X-Play.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. And you know through our work together that I
Yes.
am a huge comic book nerd.
I find that fairly plausible.
It is very plausible, my lady, and that is why I'm excited to see Lady Blair and her little fall edition of Fresh Ink.
Summer's over and it's time to curl up with a cozy comic before the weather goes to hell in a handbasket. That's why I've got a rapid fire countdown of 5 graphic novels for the fall, starting with this one. At number 5, The Life and Times of Martha Washington, legendary writer Frank Miller and Watchmen artist Dave Gibbons first launched this epic series in 1990. And this massive edition collects the complete story of young Army recruit Martha Washington, who fights back against a corrupt government in a dystopian future. This jumbo volume follows Martha from the cradle to the grave, and while one particular bit of content here involving Miller's un-PC depiction of a group of gay Nazis is very uncomfortable to read, Miller and Gibbons fans will probably want to pick this up so they can own a big fat slab of comic book history. Coming in at number 4, it's 3-story The Secret History of the Giant Man. Cartoonist Matt Kint brings us the tragic tale of a boy who grows from merely tall to awesomely gigantic over his lifetime. Once the moving second chapter kicks in, you'll be hard-pressed to put down this fantastic, layered meditation on disconnection, alienation, and growing too large for the world. In at number 3, Fables, the Deluxe Edition, Book 1. Myth and mystery meet in this series about fairy tale characters forced to relocate to the real world. When Snow White's sister Rose Red is reported murdered, the Big Bad Wolf begins to investigate a list of suspects, including Blackbeard, Jack of Beanstalk fame, and Snow White herself. If you haven't already read this cult favorite, now's the time to pick it up. In at number 2, Lock and Key, Head Games. Writer Joe Hill and artist Gabriel Rodriguez serve up Volume 2 of this horror series about 3 kids living in a haunted house full of magical doors. The unique story and sinister villain make Lock and Key decidedly grown-up reading, but it's the way that Rodriguez wordlessly communicates each character's emotional upheavals that makes this comic a must-read and marks Rodriguez as one of the most accomplished new artists in the industry. And coming in at number 1, it's Absolute Promethea. Warning, this one ain't for everybody, but adventurous readers will marvel at this collaboration between 2 titans of the industry. Writer Alan Moore and artist J.H. Williams III unspool the strange history and rebirth of a mystical heroine named Promethea. But this series is less concerned with a linear narrative than it is with meditating on magic and metafiction. Williams' art is unparalleled, and hey, it's written by Alan freaking Moore. English majors, go out and buy this already. You won't regret it. So there you go, some fine fall reading. Just don't blame me if you throw your back out.
I'll tell you what, Morgan, if it wasn't socially unacceptable to hit on people with your own name, me and the Blair Butler.
Yeah,
I
no.
go it after. Now, here's a little fun fact for you guys at home that don't work here at G4. Butler is currently building a fortress of absolute editions right here in this very office.
Yeah, she has to protect herself from all the Nerf weaponry that's being aimed around.
It's very true. Very true. Still ahead, it's time to take a game break. Morgan and I are going to go in-depth on Ratchet and Clank: A Crack in Time for the PS3.
I know, you guys should be excited. Then the original Freddy Krueger, Robert Englund will be live in our studio to scare the crap out of us with his new series, Fear Clinic.
And later, it is the 2D debut of our new animated series, Slasher School.
Awesome.
Scary.
Barcodes. They're everywhere, and as far as you're concerned, they're pretty much useless. Until now. With Red Laser, iPhone users can wield the power of barcodes, so bargain hunting will never be the same. It's simple. Take anything from a DVD or Blu-ray to a box of detergent, snap a photo of the barcode, and you're instantly fed a list of other places where you can buy it. Most importantly, it'll point you in the direction of some better deals. And don't worry, this little shopping assistant can scan pretty much every standard barcode. Looking to share? Compiling and sending lists of products you've scanned is a button push away. It'll also direct you to some reviews so you won't end up wasting any cash. This handy app will only cost you $1.99, so screwing over your local superstore will be easier than ever.
Look at your calendars. It's Monday, October 26th. You want your top stories? Fine. PS3's recent price drop isn't the only thing Sony hopes will attract new customers. No, my friends. Starting next month, PS3 owners will finally be able to stream both television shows and movie via Netflix's Watch Instantly service. Now, this is pretty huge. The service requires users to purchase Netflix's $8.99 a month unlimited plan if they don't already have one, and who doesn't? And it also requires a special instant streaming Blu-ray disc that Netflix will send you free of charge. Could requiring a disc be a move to sidestep Netflix's exclusivity deal with the Xbox 360? I'm not a lawyer, but yep, I think so. Although a Netflix representative told G4 today that Netflix on the PS3 eventually won't require a disc. Palm announced today that its Pixie smartphone will be made available exclusively to Sprint customers on November 15th. Will retail for $99 with a contract. The phone will be powered by the same WebOS software that runs on the Palm Pre and features a full QWERTY keyboard in addition to a 2.6-inch multi-touch screen, which is a bit smaller than its big brother. Now, even though the Pixie is essentially a scaled-down version of the Pre, it costs $20 more. It probably won't drive mobile users to switch over to Sprint, but the company is actually hoping that the Pixie will give their existing customers another reason to stick with their company. And finally, the box office has crowned a new king of horror. Paranormal Activity, the awesomely hyped, micro-budgeted horror flick, toppled Halloween perennial Saw 6 over the weekend, bringing in almost $8 million more than its competitor. Paranormal Activity has been in theaters for nearly a month now and boasted increasing box office returns each week, which is a rarity in the movie business and especially in this economy. The film's success has prompted Paramount, which owns all the rights to the movie, to begin exploring the possibility of a sequel. Paranormal Activity? Now, on the plus side, if Paranormal does become a franchise like Saw, congratulations, we can expect to see at least 5 horrible sequels over the next few years. And even worse news, we got to say here at G4, we're all big fans of the MMA and the UFC. Brock Lesnar, my friend, he pulled out of UFC 106 today. We really, really want you to get better. We hope that you haven't lost a lot of weight because we like you just the size you are. And speaking of that, you've been fed. I'm going to go this way now.
Come here, quit! You're supposed to...
And I'm back, Morgan.
You couldn't give it a little more hustle than that? All right. Everyone likes being green, and Nissan has a new Land Glider that won't get where... It's not going to get you where you're going quickly, or really even in style.
Keyword style. But you will get there knowing that you're saving Mother Nature, and she appreciates it.
Yes.
Here's the latest green tech.
When it comes to going green, you don't need to sacrifice style for efficiency. So we're showing you some of the coolest eco-friendly concepts soon to change the world. Hot off the Tokyo Motor Show floor is the Nissan Land Glider, a zero-emission, single-passenger car. Designed for personal city commuting, this all-electric vehicle uses four-wheel stability and a computer-controlled steering system to lean into turns, making it easy to navigate in congested areas. The Land Glider runs on a lithium-ion battery, uses cameras instead of rear-view mirrors, and has an airplane flight yoke steering wheel, making this car a ride of the future. Details are scarce for this concept car, but once the Land Glider hits stores, green commuters will be lining up to purchase one of their own. Now, when it comes to conserving space, the city of Boston is turning their buildings green, literally. Howler-Yun Architecture and Square Design Labs have found a way to make abandoned buildings useful by turning them into living air filters. This conceptual image shows an unoccupied building outfitted with plant holding and algae cultivating ecopods. These interlocking pods can be used to fill the gaps in old buildings and grow algae that can be converted into biofuel. The additional foliage would also help reduce CO2 in the atmosphere. Even though this is just a conception, it provides a creative solution for turning uninhabited space into mini fuel and oxygen factories. Over across the pond, the British are doing their part by hosting Fleet World's MPG Marathon for the advancement of fuel efficiency. Earlier this month, 38 vehicles drove through the town of Coventry at an average of 30 miles per hour for a 360-mile course. At the end of the 36-hour race, a record-breaking 80.61 miles per gallon was accomplished by the 2009 Smart CDI. The Smart CDI uses a 3-cylinder, 45-horsepower diesel engine with a low emission rate of 55 grams of CO2 per mile. Even though this Euro car isn't available in the States just yet, we wouldn't mind trading size for fuel efficiency and save a couple of bucks as well. With everyone doing their part to save the environment, the future is looking a lot cooler thanks to the power of green tech.
Pretty cool. Pretty cool. All right, everyone's favorite gun-toting galactic duo is back in Ratchet and Clank at cracking time for the PS3. That's industry speak. That's what we say on X-Play because we're close with Sony. It's X-Play again.
No.
So let's check in for a game break.
Yay, it's like X-Play on the second show.
It is, yes! I like how at the beginning nobody supported the concept, and now we've won them over.
Now we have won them over. Thank you,
Maybe
guys.
we promised them free games. Maybe not. We did. We did. Now, Morgan, for fans of the Ratchet and Clank series, these games have been out for a very long time, but specifically the PS3, the trilogy, where are we right now in the series?
Well, so we had the first one, Ratchet and Clank Future Tools of Destruction, and then we had the $15 downloadable, you know, novella, they call it, which was like 3 hours. And now we're on A Crack in Time. And so the story picks up right where the last one left off. Clank is still missing, and you're still going to try to find him and be reunited with him because you guys are buddies.
Now, let me ask you a question.
All right,
and I know that you and Adam and myself, we love the series.
Yes.
Very much so. But Clank, he's kind of a hindrance constantly, right?
Okay, but they've changed up Clank's gameplay mechanics now. Now he has this big sort of like orb thing that he carries around. And instead of, you know how Ratchet runs around breaking items for bolts, he fixes them with the time bender for bolts, which is kind of a fun mechanic. You can also, there's sort of like a la Braid, there are these time bending puzzles where you have to make copies of yourself and then send the copy of yourself to make a switch and then run back and send the next copy to go stand on a platform to hold another switch. I mean, you're actually really going to be actually thinking, and the Clank gameplay is definitely more focused on the cerebral.
Right, and I'm glad that you kind of touched on that because we have seen Ratchet and Clank games come out typically yearly since the inception of the franchise, but Insomniac continues to innovate. These puzzles get better and better, the time stuff, the cloning stuff, but what people really care about as far as innovation goes, the weaponry. Tell me about the new guns.
Well, for example, one of them, which is cool, it's a fish gun, and when you have to look at the meter up on the top of the screen, when the meter goes high enough, then you let out this huge belch and all these enemies die.
Why are you so excited about that?
Because it's awesome. Why are you not excited about that?
You're right, I take it back. I am excited about it.
And then you have your usual, like, laser guns and, you know, sort of machine guns and, like, your more standard weaponry.
Right.
But you just, I mean, the whole fun is, like, it's an action platformer, and let's be honest, there are no other action platformers out there.
I wouldn't even say it's a dying breed. Like, it's unfortunately kind of a dead breed right now, right?
This is it.
Right.
And it's sort of hard. They're in a hard position because they don't want to change it up too much because this is the only game out there for people who like action platformers. I mean, I guess Mario Galaxy, but Mario Galaxy feels like it's aimed so much for kids.
It is, and
whereas
it is, because that's
like
the Wii.
for everyone,
right.
But you feel like you're not being insulted when you are watching it as, you know, you're playing it as an adult.
Now, we've heard the rumblings that this is the end of Ratchet and Clank, but you're really buddy-buddy with Ted Price. Morgan knows Ted Price, got him on speed dial. Do people still speed dial on phones? Age reference here. What are we thinking? Is this the end?
I think that this is the end of this storyline, but I would be shocked if we did not see more Ratchet and Clank. And I would be happy to have more Ratchet and Clank, so bring it on!
All right, now we also gave it a 5 out of 5 on... What's the show we do?
That would be X-Play.
Yeah, we do X-Play.
G4.
5 out of 5 is our rating system. Would you say, though, that this also comes on the heels of giving a 5 out of 5 to Uncharted as well?
Also a great game, though.
Is this the best action platformer that we've seen?
Would you call Uncharted an action platformer? I would not.
Action adventure?
I would say
cinematic
action adventure.
Video game masterpiece, maybe?
Free-running action adventure?
Right. I think that it's very safe to say that this is...
These categories are making my head hurt. It's a good game.
It's a great game.
It comes out for the PS3 this week. It comes out tomorrow, in fact. So you kind of can't go wrong with it. It's good for adults. It's good for kids. It's good for everybody.
How could you not buy it at that point? You know what else is good for children?
What is that?
That would be ninjas. Morgan Webb, G4's biggest Ninja Warrior event ever. American Ninja Warrior is coming soon. We took hundreds of hopefuls. They battled to be one of the 10 athletes we sent to Japan to take on the course. Now, guys, this course is so difficult that only 2 people have ever made it to the top.
Yeah, and ladies out there, the guys in that, they're pretty hot.
Yeah, they have muscles that look
the exact opposite of that. Most challengers are returned to their families in an urn. Or, you know, if they're lucky, they got returned in a body bag.
I saw like 17 people die. True story.
Yeah, the competition begins this December. Log on to the all-new-GeForceTV.com/American Ninja for details and a closer look at the featured athletes.
Whoa. Why did I say well like that? She's talking about dudes. I'm gonna go over
sorry,
there.
someone's gonna talk about dudes on this show.
Over
Right
here.
now, we've got something special for you just in time for Halloween.
I'm back because that's my name. Here's the world premiere of Slasher School, Attack of the Show's first original animated series.
And finally, could whomever left the headless corpse in the science lab please pick it up in the dean's office? Thank you.
Okay, if there's one thing I can impart to all of you on the first day of class, it's that blood makes the knife handle slippery. That's why I use a decorative wrist tether. Look at this. Drop my machete, but it's still right here and ready to strike. Ha ha! All right, now you try it. Please don't do that to the desk. Yes.
Can I smoke in here?
No. How old are you? 17? No.
Yeah, but I died in the 80s, so I'm like, 40 or something.
Any special skills or powers?
I can take my head off.
Nice. See? Now that is good. Yeah, that is really good. Anyone else have any unique abilities?
I have needles for hands.
That's a great gimmick.
Yes, they do make it very hard to go to the bathroom.
Yes. Okay, how about you?
They call me the Puritan, for that name be not trademarked.
Fair enough.
Ow. 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 Cut it out. Does anyone know where my head went? Seriously?
Willst thou give me permission to end her suffering?
No.
Then mayest I at least pepper the ceiling?
Fine.
Thank ye.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
Okay, could someone please help her out?
Ow. Ow. You're poking me. Ow.
Sorry, my hands are made of needles.
Could you not? Ow.
Sorry.
Ow.
Sorry.
Oh, this is going to be a long semester.
Ow.
This chubby little fella is stuck in a giant skate bowl. What happens next? Does he manage to get out? Does he slip and take out his friends behind him? Or does his friend's jacket rip when he grabs on? Stick around, we'll have the answer when we return.
Heaven says, eat me.
This chubby little fella is stuck in a giant skate bowl. What happens next? Does he manage to get out? Does he slip and take out his friends behind him? Or does his friend's jacket rip when he grabs on?
Ahora sí.
Needless to say, he won't be pursuing professional skateboarding.
All right, now our next guest needs no introduction, but, well, there's one in the prompter, and it's what I get paid to do, so I'll read it. He's a gentleman, a scholar. He's a living legend of horror, and his new series, Fear Clinic, debuts on FearNet's website today. Take a look.
So, how does this thing work?
Now, the chamber here animates your phobias in the form of hallucinations.
Yeah, I changed my mind.
Brad, fear is the little death that consumes you.
All right, Doc, you can let me out now. I face my fear.
Yes. Joining me now, ladies and gentlemen, Robert freaking Englund! Wow, I liked it. That was unexpected, but I'm happy you did it. Robert, I'm just going to get this out there, man. What you are feeling right now, yes, it is sexual tension because I have only seen you with makeup on in person. Handsome. Handsome.
I killed Miley Cyrus's boyfriend. You saw it?
If there's not a reason to watch that show better than that one.
Yes.
I don't know what it is.
No, Lucas Till, he's terrific. He's a terrific young actor, yeah.
So let's talk about Fear Clinic. You play a doctor. You're not helping people, dude.
No, I'm kind of like a misunderstood genius. But I did something wrong in the States. I lost my medical license. I had to do community service at a prison. Guess who I ran into? Oh, my potential male nurse. Kane Hodder, the original Jason.
Nice.
And
Can you say it again like that? Can you just say that one more time like that? Kane Hodder, the original.
Kane Hodder, the original Jason.
Yeah.
And
nice.
I drag his hockey puck ass down to my clinic south of the border. But I am the last chance. I'm the last resort for beautiful young children who need a doctor to cure them of their phobias.
Okay. Now, we've seen in the first episode, the first one we're covering is hydrophobia. It's the fear of water.
Yeah.
What phobia? Are we going to see a different phobia every episode? Is that how it's going to roll out?
Yeah, and eventually we're going to make up phobias. Because we're going to run out of them. But I got to tell you, we found this actress, and she has a rock group. Her name is Kate Nada, and she's the insect phobia. But it's based on that old movie, The Believers, by John Schlesinger, and the bugs bore out of her, and so it's this incredible effect by Robert Hall, our director and our effects guy. He worked on the Sarah Connor Chronicles. But everybody thinks because we, the audience, and Kate sees the result, but everybody else just sees a cutter. You know, so it's really extreme stuff for the internet. Check it out.
So, I will.
Okay. Happy Halloween, Blair!
That's my GIF.
Yes.
Can I wear that? If I could wear that GIF as a costume.
Trick or treat,
totally
Blair.
What's happening inside of me right now? I'm so happy in all my areas.
I want your cardigan.
I think it's only that
Stop it.
Okay, fine.
Okay.
All right, so let's talk a little bit about the memoir that you just wrote. I had the privilege of perusing it today. You have some of the most amazing stories in the history of memoirdom. Let's talk about Mark Hamill.
Oh, well,
let's talk about Luke Skywalker.
You know, it's weird because Mark is in real life. You know, everybody thinks, oh, cutie pie, Mark Hamill, Luke Skywalker. In real life, Mark Hamill is like the nastiest, funniest guy you'd ever want to hang with. This guy he can dish the dirt. And Mark and I used to come home to my place in Studio City here in California, and we'd watch television in the afternoon, and he would bring over Lenny Bruce bootleg tapes, original English radio programs of Monty Python, all this stuff, and a couple of six-packs, and we would kill time waiting for our agents to call us back so that he could go off and gang rape, Linda Blair in a Diary of a Teen Slut on a TV movie on the Lifetime channel. This is pre-Lifetime channel, and cut.
Robert Englund.
Gang rape. With a broom. Anyway, but Mark and I, and he really helped me lighten up. I was like kind of a snob, Right. I was never going to do television. And Mark really lightened me up. We would watch old horror movies and science fiction stuff, chiller theater reruns with Boris Karloff as the host and stuff. And Mark's really responsible for lightening me up. But Mark had the worst Hollywood apartment in the history of mankind. And he had this beautiful girlfriend, and he could no longer bring her over there. He nailed the kitchen shut because the dishes in the kitchen had a fungus on it that was worse than Freddie's complexion.
Wow.
And he used my apartment as the bachelor
to
pad.
woo the ladies.
So my girlfriend and I, who wrote Lost Boys, we would come walking home, and we'd come up to our apartment door, and there'd be like a tie on the doorknob, which meant in those days that was the sign that, no, don't come in.
It's still the sign.
Girls,
it's
still the sign.
Oh, yeah.
Some
things never change, man.
Some things
never change. So confirm this chronologically inaccurate visual that you just gave me right now. You and Luke Skywalker in briefs, you with the Freddy glove, he with the lightsaber, baked, fighting. Just fighting around the apartment.
Heineken baked, Mary Tyler Moore on the TV.
What else do we need, man? Robert, thank you so much for that last thing specifically. Now, guys, remember, new episodes of Fear Clinic air all week long at fearnet.com. This has been awesome for me. Morgan, beat that somehow. I don't know.
All right, well, I have some treats for you guys. It's time to attack this Halloween stuff. At this point, you're probably too old to be trick-or-treating, but you're never too old for some mischief. That's why you need some Renova toilet paper. Yes, take your Halloween TPing to a whole new level with rolls upon rolls of red, green, and even black toilet paper. Personally, we're all about the stealthy black, but nothing wrong with spicing things up with some blood red. Grab a 6-pack for $14 or all 3 colors for $42. Alright, candy's cool and all, but perhaps you prefer obscure flavors of soda. If so, everyone's favorite soda company, they've got you covered. Just in time for All Hallows Eve, Jones Soda got a few new flavors to keep your taste buds busy between candy binges. Candy binges, I said. Lemon Drop Dead, Spooky Wee, Berried Pomegranate, and yes, even candy corn. And I'm really glad I don't have to drink the candy corn one. Oh, it's really orange. Yeah, that tastes like candy corn. Thanks for that. All right, if you're a Jones person, Jones, pick up a case of these 8-ounce sugar bombs exclusively at Target. All right, more often than not, Halloween decorations are, how shall I put this, lame. Except for this spinning eyeball fountain. If you've ever felt your decorations lack little touches like rotting human flesh and blood-soaked eyeballs, then this creepy zombie bust should suit you well. Blood continuously spews from the eye socket and trails down the mouth, keeping the eyeball in a never-ending spin. I don't know about you, but for me, nothing's more soothing than the sound of trickling blood. Grab a decorative piece of the undead for $40. And finally, even if you're not one to dress up, every once in a while a costume comes along that you just can't resist. This is one of them. I present to you the coolest friggin' Job of the Hut costume we have ever encountered. Step into the slimy skin of everyone's favorite hut crime lord with this inflatable, yes, it's inflatable get-up that'll have the ladies throwing on gold lace bikinis and handing you their leash. Okay, not really. But true fanboys everywhere will commend you. Become the envy of Tatooine for $70. Head on over to the allnewg4tv.com/AOTS for more info on all of these new releases and more. All right, today's epic fail is still ahead, but first we've got an exclusive look at Marvel's new astonishing X-Men music video. Don't miss the premiere of episode 1 of the X-Men motion comic at Marvel Fest in New York this Wednesday. And right now, here's your first look.
Everybody on the ground! Now! Now! Rise up! Rise up! We join forces for the cause. Our goal is to protect. We aim and hit the target with the mark that looks like X. We stand up to the test and we refuse to rest. We fight fear right now with the only hope that's left. Face the fear, hope is here to fight against deception. They can try to break our stride, we will never let them. Stay alive, we'll survive, and astonish. They call them mutants, criminal try to have a way that really ain't no thing, but the hope is never lost. Yes, of course we pay the cost, but we walking through these walls, cutting down your foes with claws. So change your rules and laws, so you can throw us in the jail. But the villains sneak, creep on up when the army strails. We're crying out for help from the ones that you will always fear. We astonish, we amaze, yeah, the heroes are here, right here. Face the fear, hope is here to fight against deception. They can try to break our stride, we will never let them. Stay alive, we'll survive, and astonish. Rise up, again, to astonish the world.
Whoa, wait. Is this gonna be about tights?
Coming up tomorrow on an all-new AOTS. Actors Sean Patrick Flannery and Norman Reedus will be on the show to talk about Boondock Saints 2 All Saints Day. Then Windows 7 is here. Was it worth the wait? And is it better than Vista? It has to be better than Vista, right? We'll give you the answers in the loop. And we debut the second episode of our new original animated series, Slasher School. Brace yourself for animated supernatural nudity. See it tomorrow.
I'll watch.
All right, it is time for today's epic fail, courtesy of YouTube user Mikey.
I guess even his finger stutters.
Yes.
Now, we've all had trouble parking our cars in a tight spot. This is true.
Yes, most of us managed to avoid doing this. Truck rally, people.
No, probably redneck, and your BMW is not the Gravedigger. Fail that driver!
A big thank you to our guest, Robert Englund. Fear Clinic is on fearnet.com.
And thank you for your stories, Robert, as well. And remember, we're going to be airing new episodes of Slasher School all week long on Attack. Tomorrow's features Kevin. That's right.
Yes, right now, stick around because you know what's going to happen next.
More us?
X-Play.
That's the show that we've been talking about most all of the show.
It's all about video games, and it's a super fun, awesome, good time.
And of course, what we all really care about, more Morgan Webb.
X-Play.